I think you're very lucky tonight to have the choice that you have. You have a choice tonight to build a safe street, make a safer neighborhood, or don't. It's very simple. The number of people that are hit on this section of road, and actually in the section that most people are talking about tonight, is terrible. It's embarrassing. And we can tonight say that we're not going to put up with that one person is too many, that 9 is way too many, and that we're going to start taking steps. May not solve the problem 100% tonight, but every single thing that is proposed tonight will make a step forward. I think it's really important to understand that through this process started with a much safer, much better project. That the project that is before you is a significant compromise that people who want safe streets have agreed to buy into in order to find a way forward. Tonight, your choice is very simple. You can rely on the professional recommendation of your transportation planning staff and engineers and the well-respected transportation engineers and planners that were hired from Kittleson, who tell you that this plan will not only work and not be a disaster, but that it will be safer. Or you can opt for what will clearly be a political decision that is personally beneficial, but not beneficial to this project and not beneficial to safety, to listen to the guy who owns a hotel down the street who tells you it can't work, it's going to be a disaster. Tonight is about safety and people's lives and the neighborhoods of the people for whom this project goes through. It's an easy decision. If you vote to do nothing in the section that WABA is asking you to not do anything in, every concern you have made in your questions that were clear that you have and that you should be asking questions about, every one of them will exist, only worse. There will be more places where kids are mixing with those large trucks. It will be more chaotic. The safety issues that your planning staff and the engineers and the people who know safety and how to design safe streets have told you is a problem will exist. Is it perfect? No. I would encourage you that if safety is your concern, to ask staff to move forward with more or less this plan, but come back with a safer plan for the 2 blocks that everybody seems to be concerned about. But tonight, your choice is easy. Your choice is safe streets and safe neighborhoods and stopping people from being hit by cars, or choosing politics. And everybody in this room is going to know which choice you made at the end of the night. Thank you.
I think there's something very compelling about protecting our kids when they try to go to school. I think there's something very compelling about living up to the commitment that we made to try to encourage alternate modes of transportation. We don't want a fatality. We shouldn't have to have a fatality before we actually do something. And
We've heard from a large number of students. We as a council have an opportunity to make a policy decision that addresses a public health issue. We need to slow that traffic down. We need to make it safer to cross the street. We need to make it safe for all modes of travel to get down the street and across the street. And of course, that's also the state law. And we heard about the environment, reducing carbon emissions. We can give people a way to get out of their car, to choose another means of transportation, and not spew any carbon emissions into the atmosphere.
I think the fact that this is also something that enhances safety for the young kids who travel. There's roughly someone said 5,000 worth of people going up and down Central Avenue to the different schools. I think that really speaks for itself in terms of making sure that this city council is proactive in dealing with that. But because we live in an island, we also understand, like many people outside of Alameda don't understand, why it's important for us to begin to take serious steps to change our behavior. With the rising sea level and also the rising temperature, much of which is caused by our auto traffic. As a city, as difficult as this might be for the many businesses there and who have come out, I think the default position needs to be moving forward with a solution that is consistent with this bike lane idea. The default position can't be 4 lanes. It just can't. That's an alternative. So I just want to make sure to emphasize that we're not from my vantage point, we're not going in there saying it will be 4 lanes, and we're going to look at alternatives if they happen to, be workable. I think the default position has to be, we're going to go with our best bike-oriented, safety-oriented solution through that intersection.
I mean, do we value parking over safety or safety over parking? Do we value a 1-minute delay over safety, or do we value safety over a 1-minute delay? So if we have, just one casualty or one fatality or one serious injury that paralyzes somebody like the gentleman's uncle, to me that's too many. So we have a responsibility, I believe, as council members to try and make that journey for those students as safe as possible. I'm very concerned about the Webster Central intersection. I'd like to see it further engineered for the safest solution.